I was 14 years old when the missionaries came into our home, but I was not converted to the gospel. Once I was baptized, I was with the same friends, doing the same things that I'd done before, which were not in line with the standards of the church. Bishop Matthews would later tell me that we feared that we were going to lose you. And he said that he, as a bishop, got on his knees and prayed, and he was inspired to call a new priest quorum advisor. And that person was, his name was Richard Boren. Richard Boren had a big task ahead of him. He had the challenge out there that he wanted all of his priests to read the Book of Mormon, but I wasn't on board yet. And he found out that I love sports. And he came to me and he said, I know you want to be a football player, but you're too small. And he said, if you'll listen to me, I'm going to help you. And he arranged a place for me to lift weights, which he paid for. Richard Boren had helped me realize my dream to be a football player. I just thought that was the greatest thing that had happened in life. I'm going to be a starting quarterback for the Farmington Scorpions. The day that life changed for me was an adversity. One of the boys threw a ball. I turned at just the wrong moment, and the ball hit me right in the eye. It was very painful. I was rushed to the hospital because of the trauma, but the trauma was so bad that he could not do much of an examination. He put bandages on both eyes, as he said, the one good eye will move, and we can't allow the other injured eye to move. And of course I was thinking, why me? Just when I was about to achieve what was important to me, to be a player on the football team, this terrible thing happens, and I was feeling sorry for myself. Why me? One of the things that I remembered is what Brother Boren asked his priest quorum to do and read the Book of Mormon. So I did something that I'm not sure was the right thing, but I slipped out of bed and I was on my knees. Heavenly Father, if you're there, I didn't know. If you're there, I need help. And please help me not to lose the sight in my eye. And if you do that, I will read the Book of Mormon. I went to the doctor's office about a week after the injury, and I looked to the corner of the room, and I was devastated because I could not see. And I thought, oh no, I've lost the vision. After that moment in the doctor's office, I went home and I thought I'd lost the vision, but every day it was getting a little better, day after day, and finally the vision was back. And I was invited to go with the team to play an important game in Grand Junction, Colorado. This would be my moment, my chance, but I did something that was kind of unusual for me, is I dropped to one knee and I lowered my head and I said another prayer. This time it didn't start with, Heavenly Father, if you're there. I'd had a prayer answered. You know, I got my vision back, and I said, Heavenly Father, I need your help. This is my chance. My very first play as a quarterback for the Farmington Scorpions was a 68-yard touchdown pass. That is the way to start your high school career as a quarterback. And we won. We came from behind and won the game, and I was the starting quarterback for the rest of the year. And that led to receiving recognition as the all-star quarterback for Northern New Mexico, which opened the door for a scholarship to Brigham Young University. I read the Book of Mormon, sometimes more than 10 pages a day. In less than 2 months, I finished. On that last night when I finished reading, I prayed to know if the Book of Mormon was true. And it was a very powerful experience for me. I don't know how to describe it, but the answer is yes, it is true. And I felt as though someone else was in the room with me. That was a very special experience for me because I knew it was true and it changed my life.
My kids joke that their dad can't hold a steady job because he has done so many wonderful things that you could not have orchestrated. You couldn't have sat down and planned this. And the Lord has just moved us where Elder Echo Hawk or Larry Echo Hawk or Attorney General Echo Hawk, Professor Echo Hawk, wherever he's needed. And it's been a wonderful journey.
I believe in America and the spirit of America that says no matter who you are, you have opportunities. But I believe in the Book of Mormon. I believe in our Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ. They know us by name. And if we're doing our part, prayer becomes very powerful. And they will do their part. So these doors that I thought would never open have been open for me. And time again, I've done the very same thing that I always did when I have a major challenge ahead of me, is to read the Book of Mormon and to pray.